Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. We're back with the third challenge of the Labyrinth Warriors event, which is the Vengeful Wood. As I said in one of my previous Labyrinth Warriors videos, I'm going to be explaining my runs a bit more, explaining the enemies, and why I'm taking certain buffs, and how you can cater towards certain characters, obviously. But first, let's get into seeing what the actual run has in store for us. So for the Vengeful Wood, we have the opposing lineup is the Abyss Herald and Abyss Lector as the bosses, so be aware of that. If we go into this actual little opposing lineup menu, we can see that the level 1 boss, the enemy leader, will have attendants that will aid them in battle, consisting of Electro Abyss Mages and Summer-Chels, and then the same thing with the second boss. It will have Hydro Abyss Mages, Summer-Chels, and Shooters. Going into the actual enemy list though, so you can obviously see the first two enemies here are the bosses, the Herald and whatnot, but you can encounter a Lector throughout the random rooms, and obviously you can go through this at your own will, just looking at the different enemies you can potentially encounter per room. Now going on to my actual team setup here, I did do the run before this just to get the quest, and I'm going to reuse that same team composition, which was Eula, Bennett, Zhangling, Zhongli. I'm not going to run any more characters because there's certain constellation buffing things or certain cards in there that buff your constellation, and I want to like maximize it being on all these characters, so that's why I'm not taking any more. But if you are struggling and if you need extra characters to do certain things, then by all means take more characters so you have more chances of success. Going into my Shikifuda though, I don't actually use these in the run, I really don't. But if I were to use any, it would either be the top three or the second three. Any of them really don't matter. They are really good. Obviously, this first one is very strong, but take whichever of these top three or top six, sorry, that you like and you like the playstyle of. The bottom three are not really that good, so I wouldn't recommend getting those. So any of these up here. And obviously, I've buffed all these things here to max now that I've completed the actual challenge. So just as a little note that all these things here are now like max level, so we're going to be doing very well. But that's pretty much everything to do with this run. I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to do it at my own speed as fast as I possibly can as well as trying to explain what I'm doing per room and per enemy fight. So let's jump into it. Okay, so quick take a look at the layout. The layout for this one is quite complicated just because it goes, yeah, there's a bunch of loops here, but I kind of know which way I want to go, so I go straight and then I take the second left and then take the first left, then backtrack a bit. So let's do that. And this one was pretty fun. There was a cool cinematic at the end of it, and I kind of did enjoy this one because I made my Eula super strong in the first run, so I'm going to try to do the exact same thing there. Also trying to avoid those cursed floor, or the cursed fields rather. Here we are, first card here. Obviously a legendary because wow, that's amazing. What does this do? When your active character is within the wind barrier. See, that's a cool one, but it's not actually catering towards any of my characters because I'm not really gonna be, well, it is, but I'm not really bothered by it. So I'm just gonna go with Strix Wind Spirit attacks launch larger opponents, which I presume means that it will now just like throw bigger opponents around. So like Summer-Chels and maybe not Larwa-Chels, but the Axe Mitter-Chels. Next card we got here is so we got a few here. We got a 30% pyro damage bonus, or we got a shockwave when we crit. I'm going to go with the pyro damage bonus because I do have Zhangling Bennett in my team. Now these first two rooms have already been just charms, so it's going to be pretty good when we start actually doing fights. And Hilichels, there's nothing really to explain here. They're just pretty basic enemies, so kill them however you really see fit. Use your Shikifudas if you want to group them up. Don't use them if you want to conserve them. We can chuck down a Shikifuda. Actually, no, they're all already dead. If you're going to use Shikifuda, I think it's better to use them at the start of a room instead of anywhere near the end. It's just a bit more value, a little bit more bang for your buck. We're just going to go with the defense booster here because, well, we don't really need anything else. And now we're going to backtrack and go down. Now, I do believe the reason we have so many charm placements in a row is because of having all your talent things maxed out, that little menu. I think having all those maxed out kind of causes for this stuff to happen where it's like actually randomized. We're going to go with some cry damage bonus here because of Eula. Just have her do a bit more damage per hit. And then on to the next room. Hit him with the big meatball. Treasure hoarders aren't anything super difficult either. Pretty much just taller hilly shells. Just kind of kill them at your own pace, however you really see fit. Use a Strix Wind Spirit if you want. It's kind of like the only thing I can recommend, just because these guys are quite spread apart. Yeah, but overall pretty simple. Treasure hoarders, easy dubs. We got some more cry damage bonus, which is always good. And we're just gonna continue onwards. Is this the right way? Yes, it is. Okay. This next room is actually a chest room, so where... Oh my god, that was a cursed fly. I almost got cursed. This next one is a chest room, and the chest isn't actually as obvious as you think. It's up there. If you want to figure it out yourself, by all means go for it. Skip ahead like 10 seconds, but the answer for it is this switch right here. You activate it, and it'll drop a ladder. There you go. That's the answer. That's the answer to the question. On to the next room, though. We're going to do it in dire difficulty because you know me. I'm a man of maximum difficulty. Hit him with a big meatball right here. See, sometimes you just have to brute force your way through the shield. Sometimes that is the actual answer. Hit him with a big meatball. 36,000 meatball. Not bad. And there we go. Pushed onwards. Elemental skill damage bonus here, or we can go with a normal attack. I'm going to go with the elemental skill because more characters deal... I have more characters that deal damage with elemental skills than not. Now we have a little bit of a trap here on the floor. I don't think there's any way I can actually avoid this, right? Unless you're a Zhongli main. If you're a Zhongli main, you can avoid 90% of the problems in the game. Let's use a Strix Wind Spirit here really quickly to see what happens. See, the radius of it is quite small. That's why I hate using it. That's very small. I wish it was like something the size of a Venti. And then it might be worth using. Big meatball here. Doesn't kill the back one. That's fine, actually. There we go. Kill them at the same time. Oh, we got another legendary 20% normal attack damage. I'm going to take that one because Eula, my Eula is actually built for normal attack damage because her auto attack is, auto talent is level 9. I'm going to ascend it to, or not ascend rather, but I'm going to level it up to 10 as soon as I can. But this room was a dead end. Now we're going to backtrack all the way over here and go back up to the boss. Okay, next room. What do we got here? Dire difficulty as per usual. Now I'm gonna use another Strix here just to see what happens. They died. That's what happened. That was quite good. These guys over here just like aren't phased by the fact that I'm here. Okay, next card. What do you got for me? Another legendary. Constellation boosted to all characters by 1. We're going to take it because all these characters. Well, Zhang Ling, Bennett are pretty much all at C something or other. Yep, see, get Constellation 1 of that, get Constellation 1 of that. And they're all super strong, maybe except Zhongli's. But it is what it is. That is always a must-take card for me, just because it's super fun, game-changing, and interesting. Chuck another one of these in. Was he just doing the moonwalk? Yeah, oh, there we go. Massive damage done. And next card gives us another legendary. Your characters receive a 20% attack speed bonus. This is a must take, ladies and gentlemen. You have to take this one, no matter your character, especially if your character is someone like Eula, where she thrives off of attack speed. Being able to get more attacks in, further boosting her elemental burst damage. And if I'm using an auto attack build, then it is even better. But we're going to skip the heal and we're just going to push forward onto the next, or rather, the final room of this floor, which is the boss room, which I believe is the Abyss Herald. So we're just going to take that. Yep, it's Abyss Herald, Fatal Illusion Man. We're just going to blast through this because I know I can. Look at this damage. Look at this DPS. This is crazy. And we're just going to use up all our elemental skill stuff just to deal with the Abyss Boy here. Best way to deal with Abyss Heralds, I will say this though, is it's not about the amount of damage you can do, it's about the amount of reactions you can cause. Obviously that first part where you're actually dealing with this HP, that is to do with dealing damage, but for the most part when you get to the last phase here, it's just as important to be dealing just as many frequent elemental reactions as possible, and nothing else really matters. But that's pretty much the main part about dealing with him. On to the next one though, we got a few more charms here to get. Obviously this one here is phenomenal. Destroying destructible objects gives you a buff up to 20 stacks, 1.2% increased damage per stack. That's a crazy card to get, must take every single time. This is the next floor here, so we're just going to quickly actually have a look at the layout. This one is a bit more annoying. But that is the layout here, a lot of back and forth that we have to do up here and over here. And so with that, let's push onwards. Don't want to make this video too long, so we're just going to speed up here a bit. Gotta go hard, gotta go fast. We're going to talk about power, talk about drive. That was the wrong order, but that's fine. I love how they didn't kill it. Oh my god, this Hydro thing is healing them. So frustratingly annoying. Big meatball. There's no easy way to deal with Vishaps. Just this enemy needs to be reworked, in my honest opinion. But it's pretty much just you have to take it very slow with them. Kill the Spectres first, then kill the Vishaps. What do we got here in terms of cards? Energy Recharge, we're just going to take that because it's a pretty good. And then because we also have a lot of that. Oh no, I thought that was going to be. Oh. We got lucky there, we didn't get a negative curse. Now, are we going the right way? Yes, we are. We're just going to continue onwards then. We're just going to send it. Massive damage here. 119,000. How are you not dead? Okay, there we go. Kairagi, again, a super simple enemy. They do a lot of damage, but overall they're a really simple enemy, so not really anything I can recommend. I guess just deal damage. Next room, though, is a big one. We're going to choose dire difficulty, because you know me. No, my god damn it, man. This is the one thing about having two pyro characters on the team, is that one of them isn't Hydro. That's the problem. Because dealing with more than just cryo shields is hard. Another one though, we got a bonus physical and all elemental resistance. That's resistance. This is damage here. I'm going to go with the defense again. Because, well, it's just defense and it's universally good. We're actually going to take a right here just because it's going to be a bit easier to go this way and then up, take a left, and then take a small detour down south to get this one right here. So we're just going to take a right over to this charm emplacement and hopefully get another really good legendary charm. Start it up, and what do we got? Legendary? It is. The pull AoE of the AoE Strix Spirit is increased or cryo damage bonus. You know me, I like doing big numbers here, so we're going to go with cryo damage bonus. Then we're going to move up south to this chest room. This is just a chest room, it's nothing too hard here. From what I believe, you just have to break a bunch of these walls here. There's a bunch of these breakable walls, you just want to break those, and the chest will appear behind one of them. Gotta break more of these pots just for the buff. And we're going to go onto this next room, which is another charm emplacement. Another legendary charm will appear. I guess not. We're going to go with absolutely no clue, but I guess we'll just go with the elemental and physical resistance this time because we got nothing else to get. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's another charm emplacement. What is going on? Where are all the bosses? Where are all the enemies? It's another charm emplacement. Let's get another charm really quickly. So what do we got here? We got the animo damage dealt increased, attack speed is increased, or flaming barrier damage increased by 10. Let's go with the flaming barrier, I guess, so we might use it just for a bit of fun later on. Down here we got a little bit of a combat room. Okay, let's go. We can actually now test out our damage that we've been buffing for like 4 charms. Dire difficulty as per usual. 14 enemies. Just the casual amount of reaction there. Let's do that. I saw big numbers there. Gonna chuck in this. Spectres, slimes, I don't know really what to tell you to deal with slimes, they're just super simple. Spectres, on the other hand, are one of the harder enemies in the game to really grasp in terms of how to defeat. It really is, if you have ranged characters, you're going to be better off, but melee characters, you just have to focus one down at a time. You can't be switching targets in any way. But the physical damage bonus here for Eula. We're going to go look back, and we're going to be going this way. Yeah, Spectres are pretty much one of the harder enemies in the game, and there's nothing really I can recommend, because I don't even have a foolproof method of just dealing with them. They're annoying, they're obnoxious, and they've got very annoying mechanics. But onto the next room where we choose dire difficulty. And we've got wolves. Now these guys do have a method to deal with them. Not really, actually, just kind of deal damage. I guess that's the best I can say. It's just all about dealing damage. They don't heal in any way, but they do come in packs, obviously, because they are wolves. I guess you could say that you want to maybe try to just do massive AoE damage just to get rid of them, because having a lot of the small ones and big ones at the same time can prove difficult, so popping all your cooldowns and all your abilities would probably be the best course of action. Don't play a conservative playstyle against these guys. And also, do have a healer in these runs because, well, the bleed effect can be quite lethal. But pulling for the next card here, what are we going to get? We're going to get here. Explosive barrels deal no damage. So, we're going to take that. Wait, let me read that again. Okay, cool. It says characters instead of enemies. I thought it said opponents. We missed out a chesty, so we're actually going to backtrack really quickly. I totally didn't notice we missed that. So this chest must have been unlocked when I bought all my cards. And it seems that it's just sitting there in the open, so nothing too difficult, no puzzles involved. Okay, interesting. Oh, never mind, some enemies involved. Okay, cool, there you go. Oh, and then another cheeky chest here. Now, we're not really going to pay attention to these two healers, or like at least the one that's off in the middle of nowhere. We're just going to continue on to the boss, which I believe is this way. Yep. Because, well, we don't really have the thing to buff us, and we can heal our team to full just on this one. Which I'm not even going to do because I kind of don't want to. I'll just heal them with Bennett. So we're just going to push onwards to the boss, which is the Abyss Lector. Starting it up here, obviously he's got those small boys with him, and we're just going to chuck down a Shiki Fuda there. This. Oh my god, I don't know what just happened, but that's fine. I'm kind of confused. Oh, this guy's freezing me, I just realized. Are they being revived? What? They just got revived. Excuse me? 57k. Not bad. And now again with the same thing with the Elector, it's all about the reactions you're doing and how many you're doing per second. You want to be just causing reactions. It's not about actually doing damage, so don't worry about cancelling your abilities or whatever. There you go. The Abyss Lector dead. And if this was your first time doing it, you would have a certain cinematic play, which I'm not going to play because, well, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone because there's a bit of story tied to this. So if you do manage to complete it, then by all means watch the cinematic at your own pace. I actually did record it and I'll post it later today just to let people have their own chance at seeing it. I'm not going to post it like straight away and have it spoiled for everyone. But yeah, I'll post that later. That was the Vengeful Wood. Hopefully I did explain things a bit better. Obviously, I saw a lot of comments on the previous one that said it's fairly difficult still for most people, or some people rather, and they're still struggling. So hopefully me explaining how to deal with certain enemies has helped, and kind of focusing on building one type of character is kind of the way that I'd go, or focusing on building your strongest two characters or one character is kind of the way that you want to choose your cards. For me, I chose Eula as my main DPS with Zhangling support, and I built her Pyro Cryo damage. Obviously, those are the two elements, but I also did physical because Eula is physical, so you can double down on certain characters because Eula, well, yeah, physical cryo. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. Also consider subscribing down below. We're almost at 400 subscribers, and I'd be super happy if you guys did that for me. Really much love to everyone who is subscribed, and thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.